YouTubers? Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Well, it looks like we got some really interesting news today. You want to check this out. Oh yes, you want to check it out. What has happened? Well, apparently Harry has walked out on Meghan. It's been reported that they went out to dinner at a place in Montecito, California, where they live. And of course, what is the name of the restaurant that they went to? It's called The Duchess. Of course she would go to a place called The Duchess. She thought they made the whole restaurant for her, more than likely. Hey honey, there's a restaurant called The Duchess. I think we need to go visit the place that has been created because I'm now living in Montecito. Whatever goes through her crazy head. So anyway, what happened? So according to New Idea, they were in this really artsy area, part of town. It's actually north of Santa Barbara. This actually happened last week, and they were enjoying a really nice dinner, romantic dinner without their children. Maybe they don't even have children. We all know there's speculation even around the children. And the most recent photo that I talked about when this actually happened at the christening, that photo was snapped much sooner than the age of the child and what it was supposed to be at the time that photo was snapped. So the dates don't correlate. There's all this data that photo was taken weeks prior to when the child should not have been born yet when that photo was taken. So there's some things going around the date of that photo and the christening. Everything is just sketchy around the children. We know that because a lot of other people believe that she had a surrogate. We don't know that for sure, but there are some really something's wrong situations with the children. But anyway, so they were out to dinner without the children and dining at this really low-key place called The Duchess. And it's a Burmese bakery restaurant in California. So they were out having dinner and things went kind of south. Things went not so well for the pair. A source is saying that they were having a really nice time dining and Harry got up and walked out. Now, how many of you have ever been out on a date with a significant other and you've kind of gotten to a little tissy and perhaps one of you wanted to walk out or you've had an argument? This is not something that is unknown to happen. We know this happens all the time. And Harry and Meghan are like anybody else. Harry got fed up. He got fed up with the nonsense and he got up and he left. He walked out. She was in shock when it happened. She couldn't believe it. And you think about this relationship and you have to understand that at some point, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to have a breaking point. He's human. There's only so much you can withstand. There's only so much nonsense that you can withhold within inside you until you just burst and you just let it rip. And he let it rip and he was like, I'm not taking it anymore. He got up and he walked out. Who does not blame the man? This is going to be the least of his worries, walking out on dinner with her, because it's going to get so bad that he's going to actually go back to the UK, I'm predicting, at some point. But he's going to have that dilemma because of his children that he has taken now to a foreign country and his own self, which he should have never done because it's going to bite him in the end. And at this point, when they were having dinner, he got so mad, he got up and he left. So we know that they have several projects that are going to be coming up very, very soon. Harry wanted to meet with King Charles when they were back for the Queen's funeral, and Charles would not meet with them. He would not meet with Harry. He would not meet with Meghan. They are stressed. They are under a lot of pressure right now. And apparently Meghan is really stressing over her title for her children being taken away. If you didn't see my video that I put out yesterday, watch that because I talk about Meghan being stressed about her titles not being given to the children. And so they have a lot going on right now. So you can imagine that there's a lot that they're probably just stressed about, period, in general. And this has caused them to be in a position where they could be losing the most valuable thing that they have, and that is their titles. And if they lose them, if they no longer allowed to use the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex, and their children are not given this title, So everything that they have worked hard for is going to go down the toilet. It's going to be gone. They're not going to have that marketability that they really need to make the money that they need to sustain their current lifestyle. And what is being reported is that they're really nervous about the reception that they're going to get from their projects that are going to be coming out. It's not looking good. I have to say that we're going to see all of this play out before our eyes, because this is a couple that wants to be public. They want to have all eyes on them to work on their branding. But what they have failed to realize is that while wanting all of this attention to help improve your branding, it's also going to play out in public your personal relationship, and how you're going to have these fights and these disagreements. And it's going to be there for the whole world to see, because you're going to always have to put out this front that you are getting along, that you are moving forward, that you are successful in the things that you're striving for. But when things go bad behind the scenes, that too is going to play out before the public, because you're going to have to continue making that, I love you, like kind of a thing into the public's eyes, while at the same time, maybe not even getting along that well. So to me, it's a sign of things to actually come. It's a sign of how this couple is going to, in the end, be in a position where everything is going to collapse. It's not sustainable. I've talked about it before. I've talked about other past couples that have been in the limelight. These couples never are able to sustain their personal relationships when they work together, when they're in front of the public constantly, when they're trying to be in the public eye, putting together projects on camera. It doesn't work. It's not good for your personal life. I mean, look at the past relationships from couples that yourself have seen play out on reality television. One of the first ones that I remember is John and Kate. They were such a loving couple in the very beginning, but as the time wore on, as their children got older, the stress of being in front of the camera, having to put out constantly, it is something that stresses the relationship, and that stress will cause the marriage to break down and to fail. And for me, personally, seeing this couple do what they're doing to attain all of this celebrity and all of this heightened sense of well-known notoriety, at the end of the day, is going to cause the relationship to go boom. It's going to explode. And that, my friends, is what we're seeing with this first really public show of argument that is showing the cracks of the relationship have already begun. Harry, you get ready to pack your bag, because you will be leaving America. I don't know if you'll be leaving with your children, but you will be leaving America, because you will not be able to sustain yourself in Montecito, California, trying to brand yourself as the husband of a skank.